Good evening, good evening, good evening. We have been backstage early and we have been having such great conversations. This is the third in the series of 100 in 100. We're celebrating our centennial, that is Chetwood Memorial High School.
Primary.
Chetwood Memorial Primary, Mount Alvernia Prep School, Mount Alvernia High School, my alma mater. I always have to try and remember that each evening when I speak with you all in social media land, that I am a pedigree from Mount Alvernia and that I was a troublemaker in high school. But today I've proven that even troublemakers can become great citizens of this land. My guests this evening are Mrs. Debbie Kelly Clark. She is a teacher. I see we said a senior teacher, meaning she could be a little bit older. And Sean Pierre Louis. I'm going to speak a little French. Je parle français maintenant. Because the last part of your name is French. So I'm going to behave as if we know a little French. How does that
So
sound?
I only say sac passe.
Je ne crois pas.
No, because I'm Jamaican by birth. But out of many, one people.
Out of many one people.
Right.
I want to thank, and he's also a senior teacher at Chetwood Memorial Primary School. Yes. Thank you so much for joining me. I must tell you that I've enjoyed the little bit of conversation that we were having backstage, and I cannot wait for you to tell all those who will be watching this program about yourselves and about your school. But I want to talk about the school first before I talk about it. Mm-hmm. Right? Because we're coming out of PEP, right out of PEP. And I hear a lot of schools boasting. In fact, I hear the Ministry of Education speaking about how well the students did this year. And so, as a Jamaican, I am extremely proud and I'm inspired by the fact that our young students have done so well. So, I also know that Chetwood Memorial Primary, and many people don't necessarily know this, but you have had top students. Last year, you had the
top girl in the region.
All right. And the year before, you had the top boy?
No, in 2013 was the last time we had the top boy, Mark Brown. But since then, the girls are shining, but we want the boys to come up and start to shine as well. But our girls have been, we had the top girl in the region, I think 2021. And then last year we had the top girl. And then the year before, we got 3 scholarships. The year before we got the top girl. We had and 2 other government scholarships that year.
Listen to me. Do you know that there are many people all over the world who still believe that the traditional schools that have been doing well, and I won't call their names because today it is Chetwood's day, would think that those are the schools that are producing the top students? Yes. Not knowing how well you are doing at Chetwood. Tell me what it is that you're doing differently. Talk to me about that.
Okay, so at Chetwood, when our students, when they come in grade 1, we, unlike some other schools, we don't test them before they come in grade 1. We say, come as you are. So some come to us, they cannot read. They come to us, they don't know letter sounds. They come to us, they cannot identify letters. So what do? So at Chetwood, we have intervention classes. So when they come in grade 1, after we do the exam that the government, they have a national testing, and we do see how ready they are for grade 1. And then those who are not ready, we put them in what we call an intervention class. And we work with them, especially with the reading. So it's a smaller class where we have 24 students. And even in the regular streams, because we have 5 classes in grade 1, we still have pullouts. So those who might be below, after we have done the reading test and they might be below pre-primer, and we do a special pull-out class with them. Those who are at primer, we work with them. And when they go to grade 2, we have an intervention at grade 1, 2, and 3 intervention class, and we still do pull-out. In grade 4 to 6, we have intervention for maths and language arts, a pull-out. So we try not to leave no one behind. Also, our students come, there are some who because most of our students are from the inner city. So they come and they might not have breakfast. We provide breakfast free of cost. Because Chetwood,
where gonna get that from? Money to do that.
Chetwood was originally Father Chetwood, which was named after Father Chetwood, because when he looked in 100 years ago, he realized that the poor, disadvantaged children of Montego Bay, they were not going to school, hence the birth of Chetwood Memorial Primary School. And his mother would have given us the grant of $14,000 then, in 100 years ago.
And that still lasts until 100 years later?
No, God has been good to us up there. So we get assistance from the Roman Catholic Church at times, and then we try our best to see how well. But because the canteen, which is now named after, in our centennial year, is named after Sister Cecile, we still keep that because Sister Cecile would have had that for the poor children. So our children, they still get breakfast. And we tell our parents, even if we cannot find the fear for them to go back home, we have fear for them to go back home. So we try not for anyone to be left behind. And if children are not coming to school, our guidance counselor try to go and look and find them.
And that is a tradition.
Let me tell you something. You have literally made my evening.
And that is a large program that has been going on long before the ministry.
Yes.
So we started a school feeding program long ago. So this is nothing new at Chetwood. It is something that we have gone there. We went to Chetwood and see this happening, and it's continuing.
How long have you been there, Sean Pierre?
Well, may I say, since I'm a senior teacher, so let me tell you. I've been there now. This year is going to make my 29th year at Chetwood Memorial Primary. 29 years.
What area you specialize in?
Well, let me share a little secret with you. I am not even a primary school teacher. I'm a secondary teacher. And the only job that I applied for then was at Chetwood Memorial Primary. And I got through. And that is where I've always been. So
you were supposed to be teaching secondary students.
Exactly.
So why? Why did you go to Chetwood, and why have you remained at Chetwood?
Well, at that time when I left college, Chetwood was the only place that I sent an application to. And sometimes, that teaching was not a profession that everybody wanted to go into. But I went to Chetwood, and I've grown to love the profession so much that I decided, I don't think I believe in Chetwood. I don't think I believe in the classroom at Chetwood to go into another classroom.
Too late now, after 29 years?
Never too late for a show read, but I love it.
You have become a fixture.
And can I tell you something about Mr. P? He has a thing with the children there. I think the children kind of use him in a little way. They know that they'll come and say, Mr. P, man, I'm hungry. And Mr. P, I don't have anything. And he said, sure, man, what you want? And he would just, okay, he just give them a little money, and they gravitate to him. He's like a father figure to them, and he's an excellent teacher.
He probably doesn't even take home his salary. Probably salary ends up.
So what I have to tell him, it's a loan. So if I give you, you have to give it back so I can lend it to somebody else.
Oh, so, you give them as a loan?
No, I tell them. I know I might not get it back.
But they're not giving it back.
This is a loan, so you need to give it back. So if somebody else come, they can get something from it.
So you have a revolving loan going on with your students at the school.
And that is something that I've learned at Chetwood.
It's your love of teaching, man. It's your love of teaching. And Debbie Kelly Clark, you have been teaching for 29 years as well. And those 29 years or more than that?
29. We both went there the same time. I went the September and he came the October.
I used to run a joke with Debbie and said, Debbie, that we are the youngest ones here. But a couple of years from now, we are going to be the old people up here.
When we went, we were like the grasshoppers amongst those giants. And now we are the senior teacher, quote unquote, there now.
What's your specialized area?
Well, I am a primary trained teacher. I taught grade 2 for 2 years, and then I've been at grade 1. I love my babies. I love them to death. I have a passion for them. And because I said if the foundation is not strong, the house is going to topple over. So we need a strong foundation. And because we have that strong foundation at Chetwood, if you look at our we have the pathway 1, 2, and 3. And we have this year, we have 164 students who would have done the PEP. And of the 164 students, we have 149, I think, that are on the pathway 1.
Right.
And we have 21. I don't want
21 on the pathway 2, about 141 on pathway 1.
Yes. And we have 2 on pathway 3. And let me tell you about those 2 on pathway 3. During the COVID, our principal would have searched for those individuals. We gave them laptop. He bought them credits to put the data, and would have tried everything. Send when after that, when they were not coming on still, guess what happened? They did not use the data. They mashed up the laptop that they got. And even when they came to school, we're giving them free lunch, free everything. We went to look
Just
for them, and we could not get them to come to school. They were placed in the intervention classes, and we begged the parents, and they said, because last year we had only 1 on pathway 3. The year before we had none on pathway 3 because of the intervention programs that we put in. Because we believe that when students come, they cannot go through the system like that. We pull them out and we work with them wherever they are, because our aim is to get them ready for high school. Our former principal, I remember when I went there, my principal at employment, Mrs. Morris, I remember she said, teachers, listen, we're on a journey to Kingston. So you are going to take the grade 1, you take them from Chetwood Gate out to Greenwood. Grade 2, you take them from Greenwood. So she said, we are to build. Because she said, it's Kingston we're going.
Yeah.
You're serious?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God. So, hear me. How many students you have there? How many you have enrolled?
We have 1,100
and something, yeah.
6, yes. And the school, the capacity is 750. So you see that how much we're over by.
And remember when we went there, it was overcrowded, and we sought to solve that problem also.
Yes.
With the help of the former principal.
Because we were going to go and shift, We
built a block.
Yes, so Mrs. Morris was the principal at that time. She opted for us not to go and shift. And she was going to get extra money as a principal. And she said no. When she think about her little girls, them in the evening to be going home, and she don't want anybody to go trouble them. And she opted not to take the extra money as the principal, to be a shift principal, but to build, and we build anew. With the help of the Roman Catholic Church and our canteen and cook shop and the parents, we were able to build a new block, the grade 4 block, which is now named after Mrs. Nola Morris.
Oh my God. Listen to me. You don't mind make me cry, and we're not supposed to cry on the program.
I see, because we're in a little world, right?
But Mrs. Kelly Clark,
yes,
we don't want Miss Sylvia to think that it's all rosy, So whatever else we can get as we are taking on this journey,
oh my God! Listen to me. You guys have just literally made my evening. Cal Altierling, who is also a teacher. Her mom was a teacher.
Right.
Wants you to expound on pathway 1, 2, and 3 for those who may be watching and have no idea about what you're talking about.
Okay. Mr. P, you want to take that one?
All right. Pathway 1, for those that would have been the highest level at which the children can be at. And at this level, the children would have been proficient enough that they're able to do their work on their own. So going into high school, a lot of them would have mastered what they have done in primary, and they would be proficient enough to be working on their own with little or no effort for those children. Pathway 2, they're developing, and they would some scaffolding, a little assistance, and the teacher will work with them and gradually let them go on their own, not knowing that they're on their own, and then gradually get there. But pathway 3 now, those are the ones that definitely need some help. And if we at Chetwood, we can just only send 1 or 2. The objective is send 0 for that section. Those are the ones that would need intervention. And that is where the high schools would come in and meet that. But we're making life easier for them from Chetwood Memorial Primary, because the majority of the children that leave our school are children that are able to do their their work and to
Listen
perform.
to me now. You know what I like about your school? The fact that you don't ask about their grades when they're coming in.
No.
In other words, you don't test them per se.
No.
You just put them all together and you work with them, and you have those intervention programs. I want to congratulate you on that. I must laud you. And I'm going to give you a gift before you leave here today. But continue.
But that's what I was telling Mrs.
Yes,
Keller.
we love the gifts. We love the gifts.
Especially for celebrating 100 years, we accept all gifts.
All gifts. And our legacy project is that we need that pavilion.
Pavilion. Right.
We need that because unlike the other two schools who are celebrating with us, we don't have an auditorium and we don't have an outside space for our students. So when we have general devotion outside, they have to stand up in the sun. So we kind of want to move away from that. And at the back there, it is our aim, and we know it's going to come. We want to build a pavilion. And we have a past student right now.
Yeah, I hear about the pavilion.
Yeah,
we have been hearing about it. Tell us more. How many people will it be able to accommodate? It's a seating. You're going to be able to watch matches and so from it? Or is it going to be something flat?
No, it's going to have stages like that.
Stages like what you have you can sit on different levels.
Okay, fine.
Right.
Our hope is for it to seat maximum 1,500.
You serious?
Yeah.
We're not building a Jared Park up at Chetwood?
Because our thing is that we have outgrown the church for our graduation yesterday, and we have outgrown it. So we are looking forward to probably having graduation there. Also, and when we have our Jamaica Day celebration, Cultural Day, we want the children to sit comfortably because we want it to be covered like that too. So that's what we are aiming at. And we have a past student who's an engineer. So he's the one who is at this point. He's drawing the plan, and he came up and did his measurement and thing. So he's working on that so we can get the costing and the plans.
So you're not sure how much it's going to cost as yet?
No, not as yet. Okay. Someone came and just looked at it last year before and said something about 40 million. So we don't know as yet. So I
think we should have a block drive though.
Right.
Yes, yeah.
I think that would work.
I was on not last week, the week before, and I saw Dr. Wynn. She's a past student of Chetwood and Malta Verna, and she had an idea on here that she was saying that we could have a seat if everybody
I endorse that.
Yes.
I mean, we at Mobile City Run, we would purchase a number of seats.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you how much money we are going to donate.
And Mrs.
Before we finish, but I want to read some of the comments.
Okay.
Because you guys have been very popular. You have everybody talking about you. From we start, people just there talking.
I hear some person saying, "Where is the school located?"
Yes. Somebody asked, "Where is the school located?"
We're on Queens Drive, right beside Malta Verna High and Malta Verna Prep.
And Malta Verna in that same vicinity.
Right, it's a concealed entrance.
Yes.
It's a concealed entrance, so you'll have to look.
We're in a little world by ourselves up there. So
the school on top of the hill.
But when you come up the hill, you will realize what is happening over there.
I have been up the hill.
Yes, and can I tell you?
It wasn't pleasant circumstances
but
that I went, but I have been up the hill.
And can I tell you?
Just a minute. I hear see Latoya Johnson, who is a journalist, not a practicing one anymore, but still a journalist. Once a journalist, always a journalist, saying, "Wow, wonderful." And Melissa Graham, I believe she knows you, Mrs. Kelly. She says, "Hello, my favorite teacher. Big up, Mr. Pierre. Good afternoon, Janet." Yeah. And Carl Altialing says, "It's your love of teaching why you're able to give so much." Whenever I come online, I itch. I don't know why. See how much I'm itching?
Yeah. And Melissa, she's a past student, and she every year at graduation she gives back. And yesterday we had a top math student every year. We had a tie yesterday, Melissa. So you have to give us another trophy, please, and thank you. So she over the years now, quite a few years, she has been giving back for the top math students at graduation every year. And thank you again, Miss Melissa.
And Chetwood is a family school, you know. We have
Yes.
a generation of persons that have attended Chetwood Memorial Primary. Just
I know.
I met a few, and when I saw the connections from those persons I knew back then, and I said, well, these people love their school.
Mm-hmm.
They love
But
their
tell
school.
me though, when you just started 29 years ago,
Yes.
what was the school like in
Ah.
comparison to now?
Well, at that time, we had only 2 persons, 3 teachers would drive.
I drove to school.
Yes. We had a parents who rode a bicycle and everybody else would walk. And our school was not seen as the
Go to
school of
school.
choice.
Right.
And then Mrs. Morris, I remember she came to us one day in staff meeting. I said, teachers, she herself is also a past student of Chetwood and a past student of Malta Vernon. And she said, we need to pass our school and sell it. And that's what we did. And so it has changed. And then when Mrs. Campbell, who came on after her, Mrs. Campbell, as a matter of fact, the intervention program
Started by
Mrs.
Campbell.
Campbell's baby,
Mrs. Campbell,
Mrs.
yes.
Vilma Campbell. She the intervention, that was her baby. That's what she did, and that's when we started to see the turnaround in, more passes for traditional
Right.
high school, and we have students going into high school doing better.
And another thing that I also noticed at Chetwood, because I predicted years ago, I said to a former teacher that, that this school is going to be a school, where everybody would want to come to. Okay, you know what? The teachers don't leave. When everybody was migrating and going away, and I said, you know what? We're going to have teachers here that are experienced. And after a while, this is a school that everybody is going to come to.
Wow.
Yes.
And you really have you have some very good teachers there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And our
How does it
retired
feel,
teachers
though, to
did
be 100
exceptional
years
well.
old. Pardon me?
Our retired teachers, they would have done an excellent job.
Definitely so.
Yes.
Under the circumstances that existed then,
Yes.
and the type of children that came to the school.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the fact that you're celebrating 100 years though?
Well,
And what type of legacy you feel that the school has and will continue
personally,
to have?
I feel good to be part of something that is great. And I'm glad I'm a part of this institution, because this institution has done so much and changed the lives of many individuals. Not that they probably know about most of them, but we have seen for ourselves some children that came to the school and how they have achieved, regardless of the circumstances, and they have done so. So I feel to be good to be a part of the history. I was there when they celebrated the 75th anniversary, and this one has been even greater and more so. We are going to be doing more, as you said, a legacy always faithful, or motto.
Semper Fidelis.
Always faithful. So that
What's your motto?
Semper Fidelis, and it's always faithful. So we are always faithful to the school, and the past students are always faithful, because there's something that is happening there that they don't forget Chetwood. They don't forget it. And life skills are learned. And what the school teaches what is a holistic approach, because we don't forget our Christian values, because the school was built as a result of the Franciscan sisters. So in everything, we make sure that they have that religious aspect that is taught to the children, regardless of what is happening out there. They must remember the foundation.
I'm very happy that you touched on that point, because I want to find out from you, do you believe that schools that are Christian based have less issues as it relates to bullying, fighting? Do you get a lot of that at your school?
Well, that is a societal problem, and that is right across the board.
Mm-hmm.
But I can tell you, from where we are coming from, when I just started, things are good now. They are great.
Excellent.
They are great, based on the experience that we would have had years ago.
Uh-huh.
Life is easy for some of these teachers. Right?
You serious?
Yes.
When we look where we're coming from, I remember we had an incident there, and I tell you, there were no perimeter fence where the person to come through Canterbury and come up, and it was like a thoroughfare.
Everybody could run through the school.
It run through the school, and it was not easy. And we are coming, as I'm sitting here, I'm going back and reflecting and seeing how far we would have come. if you should go into our principal's office now, if you should take off the ceiling, you would see that we have grill underneath it, because every weekend the school would have been broken into.
Yes.
Yes, and yeah, and we have come a far way where parents would come with machete and stuff like that.
You'll be teaching
We
and
would have to
police running down somebody through this.
police running down people coming through the school there, because it was so we have come a far way, and we keep on telling these young teachers now that they come and get Chetwood when it is good in terms of certain things, and we have to just give God thanks, because
very much so.
Yes, we have to give God thanks. And even in the classrooms we're in, since COVID, we have not gone back to the regular teaching and learning. We have integrated technology into our classrooms. So we have 27 classrooms, and every single classroom there's a smart television. So we integrate that, and because our school is fully internet powered, so we integrate it into, and we have seen it, the students, we have seen improvement in the students' work, because our children, as we're talking background, they are citizens of the technological age, and we are immigrants, so we have to bring it in. And I tell you something, because they are visual learners, and we have to move with the time. You know, I remember I was teaching the Magic E the other day, and I've been teaching this for years. But when I use the videos and the stuff and I pull it out of the children, I was on fire, because the children, and they remember, and when you do a story and they can remember, they ask them questions. When we do story and they can tell you the plot, the setting, and they can tell you the characters, and just pull it out of the stories. Yeah.
Recently, I was showing them a video in grade 4. I said, teacher, we watched that video from grade 2 already.
I'm loving this. This is so rich. I mean, this is probably one of the better interviews that I've had.
We might get a double interview with Mrs. Kelly Clark. She might ask us to come again.
I probably will. But let me ask you a question. In your opinion, should the school focus on its next 100 years? And how can alumni and stakeholders continue to play a role in supporting the school's future?
You want to go ahead, Mrs. Kelly Clark?
You can go, and then I'll take it up from there. Yeah.
All right. So I personally have wondered if the persons who started the school, if they ever thought that the school would have reached 100 years old. And we have pictures of those days, from 1925.
Mm-hmm.
And I
said to myself, shed on Market Street.
Right.
Because we started on Market Street.
And that has taught me something, because they do not know the impact that they have made for us to be benefiting from their decision then and 100 years. And we must continue. And it's something that I tell the children, you must always give forward. The things that you're benefiting now from were not necessarily given or prepared by yourself, but it was somebody who did it for you, and they did not get a chance to enjoy all of these things.
Tamara Jones just
so going forward,
and I'm not hearing anything.
Is what that?
Okay.
All right.
I'll just let me.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
So going forward, I was saying that we should do things that, because our next generation, what we say, we're not concerned about what we're doing for ourselves, but what we're doing for the next generation. So I am glad that this school is in good hands, and that another 100 years it will still be around, because we have laid a solid foundation, and that legacy will live on. So expect it to go on. So we don't want, we want it, it's so good that we want it to last as long as there's life. We want this to go on. And we expect it to go on.
Maybe your response in relation to how alumni, how stakeholders can help the school?
we are hoping that our alumni will come on board more, because what we realize is that they're more to gravitate to the high schools. They're high school than the primary schools. So we have set up a WhatsApp group, and we have reached out to quite a few of our past students, and we're hoping for them. I know they're in the process of forming an alumni association. There are some past students abroad. I know that they are planning on coming for our grand gala in December. I know one reached out to me and asked me. She said that her hope is she wants to donate 10,000 US to the school. So I know, and there's a set that reached out to you as well, Mr. Pierre Louis.
Yes, they
So
are
I
very
know
much.
that what we would love for more to come on board and help us. We have one and two, and we have Barrington, that he is like the best alumni. He's always there. He's
Promoting
always
Chetwood.
supporting.
You
He
mean
has
Barrington Fleming?
Right.
Yes, he has never left us. Yes, and we
Fantastic.
have, he is always there. We have and we have Mr. Mark is coming. Mark Brown. He
Right.
was our
Top boy.
top boy in GSAT then in the island in 2013, and also we have Mr. Andre Clegorn. So they come, and then we have Miss Randall. These are the persons who they want to come on board because they know what the school would have done for them, but we
And
want more
what
persons. Because a lot of even our top, you know that Warren Barrett is a past student of Chetwood.
No,
You
I
know
didn't
that.
know that.
Yes,
Hector Wright
and this
also?
Hector Wright is a past student of Chetwood.
So you got
All the-
footballers, man.
Yes.
Yes,
So we
and
have
just
all rounders.
footballers.
Yes.
Because we
so-
won the VMAs under 13, 2003, 2004, and we have not been there for about almost more than 20 years. We went to the finals this year, and we came second. So we are still grateful. It's a win for us. We have not been to the final for so long. As you talk about persons helping, I know the business community of Montego Bay has changed so much. That person that you would normally know, everybody used to know everybody, and persons in the past used to contribute to the school. So we know there are new business persons out there. I'd love for them to bring back that love that persons used to contribute to institutions. So we're going to try to reach out to some of those new business persons and those that have been around to be part of us and help us as we take on the journey. Everyone.
And also want to say thank you to Texaco. They have adopted us some years ago.
In the
Somehow
90s,
we
yes.
have been forgotten by them a little, but they would have helped us during the 100 years. We want to say thank you to them. We want to say a big, big, big thank you to Doctors Cave, because they have been doing an excellent job with us. Our grade 6 block, we were having leaking issues.
And you know about that, right?
Yes, and they came and they did what they had to do. Right now, they are in the process of doing our grade 1 and 2 block partition there to take it out. Yes, so they are doing an excellent job. They are doing an excellent, yes, they are doing an excellent job. So we have other benefactors who would come in. Sister Cecile,
and individuals also,
her
family
members have
contributed
and
to
other
school.
individuals, and what you come in and contribute, and we want to say a big thank you. And in this our centennial year, our hope is we're open to have 100 scholarships. We started giving out some yesterday at graduation. We have so we have Mrs. Morris, Nola Morris. She gave out 3 scholarships from she and her family members. They would have given out 3 scholarship students going on to high school. Who's Mrs. Noreen Green, who's a past teacher, and her late husband, Mr. Grantley Green. She gave out a scholarship as well. They are a past student would have given out 2 book grants, and we have the Kiwanis Club. They came out as well yesterday, and they gave out some, and we are working on so that in September, October, because we would have want to give out among the students, not only those who are leaving. So we'll be doing for the others who are at school. Yes, for a later
Nice.
date.
What's the value of those scholarships that they got?
Well, when we worked it out, it will be between 40,000, 33,000 to 40,000 each. Yes.
The students who got yesterday.
Yes, so they can help to pay their school fee and buy books and in
bags.
whatever. And they had criteria. They wanted these persons to come from inner city, students who are focused, who can. They gave us their criteria, and we tried to work with it.
Right.
And I see Mr. McHugh, our grade 6 coordinator, is online too. So
let me look and see who and who we have online.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Hope Francis says she attended Chetwood in the 50s, and Sister Cecile was her kindergarten teacher, and the principal was Sister
Alma Roberts. Sarafia, okay. Sister Sarafia, she was our longest serving principal. She served for 40 years. She was our first principal.
Ah.
Yes. So we would have gone through 7 principals in the 100 years.
Ah.
Yes.
And I see Aloysius Somers saying, this is my alma mater. So tell us the name of your current principal. Who is your principal now?
Mr. Garvin Atkinson.
And he has been principal for how long? How many years?
Since 2018.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And before was Mrs. Campbell. Mrs. Campbell was from 2019 to 2018 thereabout. Yes. And then Mrs. Morris was from 1994 to 2008.
Right.
And then we had Miss Jean Reed
from 1984 to 1994.
Yes, and you have Sister Ann Martin before that. And before Sister Ann Martin was Sister Alma Roberts. And before Sister Alma Roberts was Sister Sarafia.
My God.
She was from 1925 to 1962.
Your memory is unbelievable. Are you reading from anything?
No, you realize I'm not reading, I'm just talking.
No, Mrs. Keller don't have to read anything. She's like, I just back her up with the dates, but
you know, you said something earlier, and I didn't get to elaborate on it. You said the school started in a little shack on Market Street?
Yes. So we are at our third and final location. Because we were at Market Street, right where that UGI building, right in front of Bertel Baptist. That's where we started. 1925, that's where we started. And then when the school grew, because that's where the Roman Catholic headquarters used to be.
Right.
So that's where they started. And then they moved from there to right in front of Cornwall College, down the burial ground there.
Right
below Mount Alverna there.
Tennis court is.
Where Mount Alverna tennis court is. Yeah, that's where we were, and then we moved from there to our present location.
Nice.
So back in the days when Mrs. Keller, the children would just walk from Cornwall College past the tennis court and just walk up to school. A lot of children used to walk to school, you know.
Yes.
No, you can't even get into the schoolyard because of the amount of taxis dropping off children now.
Yes.
So it was that time we used to see children walking to school.
Yeah.
So tell me, what are the things that for your Centennial? Give me a list of the activities that you will have during the Centennial.
But she will start by telling you what we have had before and then go.
Yes, you can start with that. Yes.
So in January, we had our grand red carpet affair, and it was a march. It was a beautiful, I got emotional seeing the marching band. It was a beautiful sight. And so that's our grand open and march January 6th.
So we marched from city center to the school. So what we do is brought like a Hollywood setting to the school where the red carpets were laid along
the stars.
Yeah. And with the balloons and all of that. So we took it there, and the marching band was there. We had performances, the flag raising. You know, it was a joyous occasion.
And in that, we had a sun ceremony where we had past students representing each decade. So we had 10 past students representing each decade. We had a sun ceremony. It was a beautiful thing. That, a matter of fact, a lot of our past students who are teachers, they come back and teach at the school. So a lot of them were there. Yes. Right. Mrs. Morris Sister Cecile was her teacher. And she came back as a student, as a teacher, then vice principal, then principal.
And Sister Cecile was a student also before.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And Miss Joan Carr, who is the past student, and she's our vice principal now. We have about 10 teachers and probably about 5 or so teachers
Which
now
are past
who
students.
are past, yes. So that
Always faithful.
yes,
Always
always
faithful.
faithful, always faithful.
Right.
And then in February we had our careers day. We had our careers day, and we had our past students who in their different careers, they would have they came and they would have spoken, and the children were so elated. And we had past students who are abroad. They joined us on Zoom with the students. So
Zoom and live stream and
yes,
send videos.
yeah, they
on
sent videos.
about
It
the
was
profession.
wonderful. And we had our Centennial sports day, which the great Sicilian house was the Centennial champion, and which is the green
But
house.
you wonder why she's stressing on the Sicilian, right?
That's her house.
And a memorable occasion about that sports day.
I was in Antinainos at Mount Alvernia.
Okay. And I don't know if it's a color green also. I don't know. Anyway.
That's a greenhouse?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
And at that sports day was the children, the different colors, what they did was to use their bodies to form the initials of the school, CMPS,
Yes.
and
I
100.
can only imagine how
And
beautiful that
100 to celebrate the 100 years.
They use their bodies to form 100 in the P.
And we had a special trophy
Wow.
for that day too, for
Yes.
celebrating the centennial year. So was it Cecilia that got that an inaugural trophy?
Yes, we did. We did. We did.
What
And
else?
also, we had our the naming of our buildings. We had that just in April 30th. So we would have
Right.
named 3 buildings. Our tuck shop was named after Sister Anne Martin. Our canteen was named after Sister Cecile, and the grade 4 block was named after Mrs. Nola Morris.
Right.
So we did that, and then we had an award ceremony in May on Teachers' Day, where we awarded all our present and past
teachers were
at
invited
Belfield.
also.
At Belfield Great House, we had that award ceremony, and it was wonderful. Yes, we along with the naming of the building, we had we had a cocktail party with the naming of the building as well too. It was
Right.
beautiful.
And we and members of Sister Cecile came, Sister Anne Martin, what the buildings were named after, and they were so glad to see what was happening at the school, and they were grateful.
Yes.
So what's left to come?
So we had our graduation yesterday. So that
Yes.
was a very big thing that we had
Yes.
yesterday. So that was a part of it, the celebrations. And
We are going to be a part of the beach day with all 3 schools.
each part, because
Beach
all
party.
schools,
Yes, in
coming
July.
On July 26th?
Yes,
Right.
we are going to be a part of that.
Right.
And then in October, we'll be honoring our local heroes, those who are working at the school, because we honor the teachers. So now we are going to do our groundsmen, the cooks, the canteen. So we are in October, we'll be honoring them during that period, and we'll be having a quiz also, competition among the students, and also during that period as well, because we are now on, I think, our 3rd or 4th style of uniform, so we want
Right.
our students to see
where we're coming from.
we are going to have a fashion show in during the Heritage Week
And show
celebration.
the different years,
Uniforms.
different
Uniforms.
uniforms that you
Yes.
got.
Yes.
I like that.
Comment
Yes.
somebody said they used to remember the red dirt where they're coming from the school. I guess I think the uniform was white at one point in time. So
Yes, and somebody said that they were in Sarafia. Well, my darling,
well,
I wonder
Sarah,
how
don't say anything about Sarafia, please.
Sarafia, that person was in Sarafia house. Sarafia, where our principal said we have to take Sarafia to Milk River Bar to give them a bath, because that house is always struggling for the 4th position.
I wonder if it was any different when that person was coming to Chetwood, because I don't want to.
Aloysia Soma said the Red Dirt School walking in the town of Montego Bay in our uniform. You could tell which primary school we
Fully
attended.
attended. Yes.
Yes. That's, I think, most of the past students, that's what, when I go on Facebook, that's what they're always talking about, the red dirt. But we have improved that since.
So I know.
Yes, we have improved that. Still more where our
Work
dear
in
member
progress.
of parliament, who happens to be the deputy prime minister, said that
Yes.
he's going to pave the schoolyard. So we are waiting
Good.
because we are supposed to get it done over.
Mhm.
So he has promised us to do it, and we hope he will deliver. We know he's going to deliver. We have faith.
All right. I'm happy
Yes.
to hear this. Very,
Yes.
very, very happy to hear this.
Yes,
So,
because
and in December, you're having your gala.
a grand gala.
And that ends the year of
100.
activities.
Yes,
Event, right?
Congratulations.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank
I
you.
would like, I operate two charities.
Yes.
One of them being the Mobay City Run, which is now the Jill Stewart Mobay City Run. And we would want to, or not we would want to, but we would like to donate 250,000, which is $250,000, towards the project,
Yes.
the pavilion project.
Yes.
Thank
That's
you
what
in
we would
advance.
like to.
We
So we
accept
will
it,
hand
and
over that check to you when we're doing our scholarship presentations in August or September.
And Mrs.
yes.
Thank you
And I
very much.
know the Lord is going to speak to you guys a little more. So I know when you go and lie down and you think about it and you said, that school on the hill there is doing so well. I think I want to pep it up. So I
Right.
know that you might want
So
to
probably
pep it
might get more than what she just
So we
said.
might get more than that.
And we appreciate it. And we're going to have a run walk
Don't
also.
worry,
A
you
run
will
walk.
get more. Just kickstarting the kitty online here. I'm
Yes.
sure that those who are watching, who
Yes.
may have attended the school, and even those who may not have attended, but
I
are
think
from Montego Bay and has watched the school come to where it is today,
Right.
will also support the
Because
efforts.
we're a family. We're a family.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're a family, one family. And we want to say a big, big thank you on behalf of our board chair, Mrs. Judy White, Mr. Garvin Atkins, our principal, all of us as teachers. We want to say a big, 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 big thank you.
It's a pleasure.
So
Yes.
definitely, Mrs. Keller Clark, we should come again. And then
Yes, you should.
something
Closer to
again.
The gala.
October date,
Oh, the-
when you recognize the people who have worked.
Exactly.
Maybe we should bring some of them here. The
Right.
people
Yes.
who work on the grounds.
Yes.
Because
yes.
those people are always behind the scenes.
Yes.
We don't get
And-
an opportunity to
Sure.
honor and to speak with them,
Yes.
So if you have somebody who is very colorful, who you want to bring along the next time, that would be nice.
Yes.
All right.
And
Yes,
our,
yes.
our vendors are part
Any final words before we go?
Well, I'd like to say thank you for the opportunity for us to share with you and share with the wider audience about the school on top of the hill, Chetwood Memorial Primary, celebrating 100 years. And we are asking for your support, and we are going to be here as long as time lasts, because we know that persons will be coming on that will continue the legacy and the tradition of education in St. James and educating the nation of Jamaica.
How does one donate though? Is there a link? Is there a website? Is there a telephone number that they can reach you through? How does one help the school?
Okay, they can our past students who have reached out to us would have given them the account to send the funds to, or they could call us at 952-0924.
Okay.
Yes.
Other than that, you're saying there's a link?
We do not have a link right now, but we are working on it.
Right.
Give me back that number. Let me put it in online. 876
Yes,
952.
952
952.
0924.
All right. For those persons who would like to donate.
Yes.
And they can come by the school also for those who are nearby and want to see what is happening. You're invited to come by also.
All right.
Right.
Sounds like a deal.
Yes.
I just posted the number.
Okay.
Appreciate
thank
it.
you.
That was posted to my YouTube channel and my Janet Silvera page.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks again, and thank you all those who are watching.
And we should say
Thank
that
you.
I forgot to say that we have adding to our uniform this year, we have the crest. We'll be adding so our boys will not be wearing any epaulet anymore. They're wearing the crest, and the girls also. Yes, and also we have a 100 pin selling for $1,000 Chetwood dollars. Yes.
Right.
Nice.
Yes.
All right. All the best. Thanks again.
Thanks
Thank
a
you,
million.
Brother.
Really
for having us.
appreciate it. It was really a pleasure having both of you.
It was a
Thank you.
For
pleasure
those
being
who
here.
have been watching, join us again next week when we'll have another group, maybe another group of, or maybe an individual who will be talking about the Centennial. We're talking about Mount Alvernia High School, Chetwood Memorial Primary School, Mount Alvernia Prep School. In fact, I believe we may have Mount Alvernia Prep School.
Yes, Mount Alvernia Prep is also.
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
All righty. Take care and good evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.